Hello, and welcome back to Mechabellum. We are up against Mazzy and 1100 MMR. My god, we have been kind of messing around, playing with some new unit comps, trying to understand what some of the things that people have used against us in one, but we need to go back to basics. Speed specialist, crawler, jump on our opponent, make them feel the hurt. And that should be good. That should get us back into where we want to be. They're going for tanks and arclights, meaning that our crawlers are basically pointless, if I do say so myself. I might throw one down over here just for the sake of it. And we're going to need some marksmen of our own to try and break through that tank line. Now, breaking through a tank line, how do we want to do it? That's always the question. I usually end up going for storm callers, but as we have learned recently, there's too many ways of countering storm callers right now. Like, you can just buy the one-off purchases, you can like buy some different units that work around it. It's just, I'm just not loving their performance, quite frankly. So for now, I'm happy to double down on tanks, maybe even pivot into Phoenix. Phoenix are a great single target attacker. I also don't hate rhinos, like single targets, but who knows, maybe we just kind of focus on going into a fortress. A fortress has like the perfect combination of health, attack speed, to take and mow down a bunch of individual units that like kind of fit the style of what we're up against right now. The extra units of crawlers on this flank, I'm curious to see how that impacts the flow of this battle here, because these marksmen certainly have things to shoot at. Our tanks are holding on. We had a way worse engagement on this side, just based on there being 2 marksmen versus 1 level 3 marksman. We're gonna pay the ultimate price here, but I'm okay with that. I mean, he started with a $200 of extra value, pretty good. Extended range Phoenix, but loses some health. I don't know. Heavy hacker is always interesting, but I'm a tech junkie. I'm a huge fan of technology in this game. So let's take the tech specialist. I don't need a tech right away. Let's just get another couple marksmen. And purchase a little bit of health, perhaps. Keep our tanks in the battle just a little smooch longer. I think we're buying this tech a little bit on the early side, but I didn't have enough money to get another deployment, so just to maximize our spend for the round and limit our HP loss, it felt right. Ooh, Fang. See, now I am kind of thinking again about like getting a unit with armor, whether it's the fortress or a rhino. And man, rhinos have treated us well in the past when we get them all armored up. Arguably, we could go for kind of an armored rush on one flank and then pivot in the future. I'm trying to think of like armored rhinos does a huge ton there. Just getting armored tanks though really could make our front line so static against this type of build. That's the other kind of thing that I'm thinking about in this moment. You know, a couple of crawlers do eat up some focus from their marksmen. He's got fangs that are doing a great job of clearing my my boys off of their tanks, my crawlers, and then they eat up a lot of the focus of my marksmen's. So instead of waiting super long for a fortress, we could go for those rhinos. It's pretty aggro. I mean, less attack. I might just grab the anti-interference module, because I wasn't super fond of the other choices. I don't have enough to buy 2 level 2 rhinos. I certainly have enough to buy at least 1 rhino, and then 2 rhinos, and then get them the armor upgrade. And I really like the idea of stacking them, but yeah, you know, a couple of stacked up rhinos on the strong side or the weak side. I like the idea of them not getting destroyed by that level 3 marksman. That's what I'm really kind of humming and hawing about. What are the other benefits? Are immune to hackers, control, and the paralysis effects. Sure. So a mine, that's a pretty good spot for a mine. It'll probably kill my marksman here. Most of the tanks. He does have Stormcaller, so I'm pretty happy with the Rhino purchase right now. We can definitely see how things are going well for him. The level 2 marksman is nice. It's just not quite enough to get through all of his stuff right now. That level 3 marksman certainly played a role there. But I think we doubled down. I think we doubled down, maybe even a mechanical rage. I love amplifying core, but if you give me a junior manufacturing specialist, that allows me to take this for level 2 units and then 2 more rhinos. One on this flank, coming in wide, and then another one in here. I like this. Okay, they did get the hacker against my rhino right here. Good to, like, that's the thing that you're supposed to do, is get a hacker. What I want to do is overwhelm the hacker so it doesn't have a chance to come back at me. And that's going to be by getting, like, mechanical rage. Again, I have all this other stuff going on too with the crawlers potentially, so there's always like the ability for us to say, hey, hacker no hacking, because we have a bunch of crawlers coming at you. So just something to consider. We certainly don't want the repair thing. So that's nasty little hack. It's not hacking anything though, because we had the anti-hack module on him. And boom, he died. And then this one's getting through on this side as well. And see, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, just a bunch of rhinos can absolutely make a mess. Like, they just do so much. Our tanks look like they're about to level up, actually. So now we can do more tank stuff. But realistically, a bunch of rhinos just making a mess seems incredible to me. Give them this. We give them the mechanical rage. And I would like... I want to get 2 units, which means that I'm going to level up some marksmen. And then... This is no time like the present style, worth getting a crawler squadron over here. And no time like the present, getting a crawler squadron over here. Just make a little bit of a mess. It's going for melting point. Interesting. Certainly. More hackers as well. And this is where it's like, can we get them with the flood? You know, getting more HP doesn't matter that much, as opposed to, can we get in there and give them the kill? The kill daddy. Level 2 sledgehammer tanks with mechanical rage and range would probably be the next killer for us, like just to slam into the enemy. He is sending his hacker this way, which is maybe nice for me, and the hacker this way. And yeah, he's gonna attack some of the crawlers. You know, I'm totally fine with that. This should be a win for us. We're still getting in on his base because his unit's parted like the Red Sea. And like, this is what I mean about, like, I thrive in rush builds. That's why I love the speed specialist so much. It's like, this is my gameplay style, but I feel that it's countered at high elos. High elos just have a way of doing the nasty to me, and I don't love it. But hey, I mean, right now, that's a lot of damages. Then you take some cash monies, upgrade the tanks, upgrade the rhino, upgrade the rhino. I mean, I'm just gonna focus on upgrades for a moment here. The question for me is like, hey, you get the rhinos going crazy here. Going crazy right now. You get the damage upgrade permanent. You get a couple more tanks, maybe? Or you get mechanical rage and a couple of crawlers. Believe me when I say, isn't that an interesting idea? Right, you put them down there, you upgrade this one, you put this one down over here. You're just trying to split them up. And maybe we buy a speed bonus for this round. Just see what happens, you know? Just see what happens. We'll unlock fangs for fun here. You got extended range, cool. He got some shields, cool. The shields are really an interesting buy, in my opinion. Like, what are they for? You know, this extended range fangs make a lot of sense. That's good. These are level 2 units, though, with mechanical rage now. I have some level of curiosity on how that's going to go for him. Again, the Stormcallers get so messed up by rush builds that what's that going to do? The melting point over here is a little bit nasty. It does get my rhino. So there comes the crawlers doing some nasty. Lasers on the tanks, that's fine. They're killing some stuff here. They just finished spawning in. Hit the melting point. And yeah, this is just GG. They're just under too much pressure on all this rush. And like, maybe if rushes are where I live my life, then maybe I just need to like stop trying to play outside of my lane at the higher elos. I don't know. Like, this guy was so much lower elo than us that it's actually like a comeback story that we actually had something go well for us. It's only 9 MMR, but my god, after losing like 70, it's nice to get 9. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.